Today we're gonna jump straight into the unboxing. Here we have Super Saiyan God Goku. This is the newer release from SH Figuarts. I got him for about $39 on AliExpress. Always want to import when you're talking about new releases. Look, it has the China sticker on the back because it came from China. Unfortunately, I do not have my box cutter. I don't know what happened to it. I can't find it. So I'm just gonna use this stand because I don't want to get up. We did it. I actually like the fact that this part didn't bend or fold when I try to open it because it usually does. Anyway, let's look over the box real quick. This box is like a red. Did you notice that? It's red. I actually love this box. It will go nicely with my other Super Saiyan God that I bought and never opened because I thought it was a little ugly. Oh, it comes with instructions. Since when did these come with instructions? Has that always been there? The box is nice, but I have 3 of these. All right, so let's see what comes in this box. This is a very nicely colored Super Saiyan God. I'm already seeing it, but let me inspect it really quickly. Ooh. 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 You know, in the last few releases, I've been complaining about the chin and the eyes being too big. I feel like the proportions for the face on this one is perfect. But let's see what we have here. We have 4 faces, including the one that's already on there. We have 2 hair sculpts. We have 5 sets of hands, including the fists. And then we have the actual body itself. This Goku comes with 2 hair sculpts, which is pretty standard now, I guess. I love this color. This reminds me a lot of the HM Air release that came out, I think, last year. This is matte. There's a slight gloss right here, but it also has that shading that they have started to implement in the newer releases with the newer knees. What I'm very excited about though is the new boot system that they implemented that I saw somebody post about. They're no longer hinges, they're actually ball joints. So I'm excited to check that out. So let's get this out and see what it feels like. Should that be a different segment? Oh my gosh, the head fell off. Since the head fell off, we can finally talk about how this is the regular neck joint that is probably going to be the standard for all future releases. The neck peg is on the back. It's actually a lot easier to put this on than it was in the last releases. You get a lot of range with this one. This is crazy. That's actually insane. I'm just gonna go straight into the articulation because this needs to be touched by me inappropriately. This is incredibly light. I love how this feels. The joints are tight. Let's take this little plastic skirt off. I was told to be careful with the sticker in the back because it does peel off. It scratches off. I've been told a lot of people have been having issues with this sticker in the back. Oh my gosh, this is one of the tightest releases that they've ever done. Let me start with the neck articulation. Looking up is crazy. This is okay, well, anyway, this head is way too high. So one of the things that I'm noticing right away before we get into the actual articulation is that the neck seems to be a little lighter than the face. The face is a little darker than the actual body itself. I'm not sure if you're able to pick up on that on the camera. There's like a different tone of skin color on the face than it is on the neck. It's more greenish. Let me go into the articulation before I go into the actual figure because it looks nice. We got the regular 360 movement right here. Oh, everything feels super tight. Oh my gosh, this feels amazing. We got the double jointed elbows. You don't get that much reach though. I feel like they added another piece right here. Yeah, because I don't think that was there in the other releases. So that's a new piece right there. And we go into the range. Let's lift these arms. Let's see what range we can get with these arms. It's pretty decent, like a lot, especially if you like maneuver it. If you move everything around, you can kind of get a little bit more reach. What is going on here? From the looks of it, there's a little bit of a design change. The actual sleeves that are blue are attached to the arm. They're no longer separate. It's all one piece now. The only thing that's detached is this orange gi piece, which I don't mind at all. Let's check the butterfly joint. Oof. Oh my gosh. That's great. My only complaint aesthetically has to do with these little pegs that are sticking out. It's really not that big of a deal, but whatever. The arms are different. The arms are very different, but you get such a crazy reach and they're very easy to put back in place. I thought that was going to be an issue, but no, it's pretty easy. If you stick it out, you can kind of maneuver this sleeve part a little bit better. So the waist part, he's able to do a full 360 rotation. And now let's check this ab crunch. Oh yes, this is a good ab crunch. So all of this seems to be soft plastic, but yeah, the ab crunch is still being applied from the game's begin and the kind-hearted Saiyan. Now let's go back. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. That's a good range. Moving on, we're going to the leg. Let's lift this up. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. Play with the shin a little bit more. Oh my goodness. Wait, are you able to go back? Oh, you can go back. This is exactly what I was talking about with the Kamioni Gogeta. I wish that Tamashii would implement a ball peg in the shin so that you're able to move it backwards and forwards. And that's exactly what we're getting here. There's more reach towards the front, but oh my goodness. This is good. And then you have the pointed toe. Oh my gosh, this is like professional dancer type articulation. And you have the toe joint. This is incredible. Now going towards the back. Yeah, this is incredible. We still have the single joint in the knee, but I feel like there's more reach. Actually, let me get my Games Begin Goku. Let's use the kind-hearted Saiyan. And we're gonna bend that knee and see what we get. All right. We're gonna bend this knee. Yeah, like you get more range. I'm not sure if it's because it's a smaller Goku, so you get a little bit more of a bend, but you get a deeper bend in the knee for the newer Goku. I'm getting excited because basically everything that I've wanted, that I've been complaining about in the last releases, have been fixed with this Goku. And it's almost as if, like, listen to what I was saying. It's crazy. The crotch is softer and this pointed toe is incredibly sharp. This is crazy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I have never had a Goku that was this flexible. And then we have the head to go up, looking down. Oh my gosh, the neck moves beautifully as well. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. I love this Goku. Let's get into these complaints because I've been holding off. There is a huge gap in the neck. Okay, that's a complaint. You have to be very careful with this head because it comes off really easily. I don't really like how there's a difference in the tone of the skin from the face and the neck. The face is leaning towards a green. It just doesn't match with the rest of the body. The body is like a light pink and the face is like a fleshy green. I don't know what happened there. Everything else seems to be fine. I love the colors. It's very on par with the Games Begin coloring, and it's a very skinny Goku. So skinny. Ozempic Goku. I have no words. I have no words. Let's go over the faces because I have no words. Let's go over these faces. You don't get a lot. You get 4 faces. So the base face that already comes with the figure, I think is very solid. I love this face. I think the face shape works for these eyes. I think everything looks balanced. I really don't have any issues with the sculpting of the face. I feel like the eyes are perfect. I feel like the chin to mouth ratio is absolutely amazing. And I feel like the eyes just belong in this face. They don't seem like they're too big or too spaced apart. It really is one of the best Goku figures, period. This is the face that it comes with, and I love this face. I love the sculpt of the hair. I love the color of the hair. I think this is a perfect face. Next, we have Super Saiyan God Goku looking off to the side. Again, no notes. There's a slight curvature to the eye, but that's just how Super Saiyan God is. I really have no notes. In every angle, it looks amazing. Even if he's looking off to the side. Oh my gosh, this is one of the best sculpts I've ever had. Even though the face is slightly off colored, I don't mind. I do mind. You can see it. I don't know why the face is a different color, but the sculpting is beautiful. The eyes are so clean and crisp, and the white is visible, and there's so much contrast on the face, and the lines are where they're supposed to be. I love this face. Let's go to the next one. I knew it was too good to be true. So this peg seems to have a little bit of a separation. This is why I don't like the ear pegs. Don't give me the ears. They complicate things more than they should. The ear isn't going in all the way. So the way that I fixed it is by inserting this ear completely and then just making everything fit. This is screaming Super Saiyan God Goku. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. This face is perfect. The eyes, the mouth, the depth of the mouth, the teeth, the tongue. This is actually like HM Air type of quality. I cannot believe this is an official figure. It looks great from every angle. It doesn't have an underbite issue. The hair sculpt, the face, the eyes. Oh my goodness. Even with this gap, I don't mind the gap because you get extreme positioning. Everything seems to snap in really nicely. So this one does have that slight issue where, like, I feel like the eyes start feeling like they're getting a little too wide. Let me just inspect it real quick. Nope, they're fine. There's a slight curvature on the outline of the eye, but it works. Oh, this one's like actually angry. I can feel the anger. Right here, the face wrinkles really make this expression pop. And the teeth look like they're inside the mouth. Everything is just proportionate. Whatever they did with this mouth needs to be implemented in the reissues of the Kind-Hearted Saiyan, because the Kind-Hearted Saiyan's mouth, the teeth kind of look like they're outside of the mouth, whereas this one looks like the teeth are inside the mouth. The nose is so pointy and it looks very anime-ish. This is actually the closest Tamashii has ever gotten to giving us an anime accurate Goku. Let me try that moving hair, because that one looks good. Let's see, the screaming face would be perfect for this type of hair. The last Super Saiyan God was okay. I don't like the face of the last Super Saiyan God. This makes up for whatever I bought. I don't even want to look at them. I'm not sure if they're even going to be able to sell. I think this one just put every single 2.0 out of business. I don't think anybody's gonna want the 2.0 Super Saiyan God when this exists. I think this is the best Goku that Tamashii Nations has ever released. Don't know what else to say. Did I go over the hands? So you get 5 sets of hands. You get the fists, 2 fighting stance hands, 2 ki blast hands, 2 open ki blast hands, and 2 instant transmission hands. It's the standard for a general release. I can't speak. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm in awe of this figure. Let me check something out. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's look at the engineering. It's not a hinge joint anymore. Thank goodness. It is intended to go forward. The fact that these are ball joints is such a game changer now. For people doing repaints, this is going to be so much easier. You can just remove the boot now and paint. There's so many possibilities that have opened up because of this ball joint. Oh my gosh. There's a fold in here. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Let me check. So you get more range in this bend. I really don't have anything else to say. I want to try it out with some heads that I have laying around here. So let's do that, because I cannot wait to pose this. I made a mess over here because I was looking around to see if I have any neck pegs that'll be able to help me attach other heads to this body, because it does use the regular Games Begin neck peg.
2 hours later.
Actually, don't be like me. I did something stupid. I assumed that the neck peg was gonna fit, so I used heat and I shoved it in all the way until I realized that it weren't the same size. So now the neck peg that I was using that came with the HM Air head is all chewed up. I kind of loosened up the neck, so now it's very loose, which is why I bought 3, because that way I can have a little bit of room to experiment on this. But what I am concerned about though is that because this is a new size of a neck peg, it's not the same size as the Games Begin. There has to be a neck peg adapter that has to work with this specific neck. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to use any other head, which is an unfortunate part, because look at this. This body is made for the Ultra Instinct. It's not the same color. The Ultra Instinct head is a little bit more yellow, but it's perfect. This looks amazing. Let's see if this is gonna fit. Yep, it fit right in. See, and that was my bad. Don't try to shove things where they don't fit, because then that'll happen. There is a slight difference in skin color. The Kind-Hearted Saiyan is a little bit more yellow than the pinkish tone of the Super Saiyan God body. I don't really like skinny base Goku. It could probably work for a late Dragon Ball type of figure when he was a teenager, but the skin doesn't really match. I'm gonna try the super glue thing, where you just apply a little bit of super glue. You don't put the super glue and then put them together, because that's gonna permanently seal them. You're just gonna wait until it's dry. And what this is gonna do is it's gonna give it a little bit more friction, so that kind of like Kiki loose joints, except this is a little bit more permanent and it won't be flaky. There we go. So this is going to give it like a rough coating, and that's going to cause a little bit more friction, so it's not as loose. Just make sure nothing is wet, because if it's wet, it's going to lock it into place and then it's permanently sealed. There we go. See? There we go. See, good as new. I wish it would have worked with the Ultra Instinct. I think we're just gonna have to be fine with the Super Saiyan God until somebody makes an adapter for the Super Saiyan God body to fit other heads, because I see a lot of potential for this one. So here we have the Super Saiyan God, and then we have the Daima one, because this is like the first generation of the newer generation. It's a little bit more muscular than the Daima one. The Daima one is still a little bit round, but it's about the same girth. Not in the forearm though. The forearm is definitely thicker. I feel like there's a little bit more girth in the leg area as well. Let me check that joint. There's definitely more of a bend in the Daima one. This one gets a little bit more of a kick. Also, when I was looking around, I did notice that the foot was on a ball peg as well, but you're able to move it around. This thing is on a ball peg now and it has its own articulation. You're able to move it around so you can have a little bit more freedom. I really don't have anything else that I want to go over. I feel complete, and I don't usually get this feeling from a lot of figures. I feel like this figure is perfect. So let's go into the posing session and then we'll be back with the final thoughts. This is my favorite Goku figure ever released. It's my favorite Goku that Tamashii Nations has ever released. It's my favorite Goku, period. At first glance, it may look like it's the same as the Games Begin body or the kind-hearted Saiyan, but I promise you it's not. It's actually a completely new figure. It does have the same engineering and it does have the same likeness, but once you dive in and you actually start using it, you feel like it's a completely different system. The biggest upgrade is definitely in the lower body. It did everything that I've been wanting them to do. It's literally as if they read my mind and implemented everything that I wanted onto these legs. The lower legs are now on a ball joint and the shins are now able to move forward and backward and twist. Look at how pointy these toes are. You also almost get the same range as the 2.0 knees. It's not as deep, but we're getting there. And that's crazy and exciting to me that they're actually moving into the direction that I want them to go into. This is exactly the figure I've been asking for the last 3 or 4 months. The articulation in this figure is ridiculous. The knees can practically touch the chest, and I loved posing this figure. It was so much fun to pose this figure, and I did not want to stop. I was getting him into poses that I didn't even know were possible to get with this type of figure. The sculpt is actually one of the best things that Tamashii has ever given us. I did order the HMR God Kit just because I wanted to compare them, but based on pictures that I've seen from the HMR kit and this one, there's absolutely no comparison. This one by far is the closest we've ever gotten for Tamashii to give us an anime accurate Goku. That said, it's not perfect. The head keeps popping off. There is also a noticeable gap when you raise the head. It's a huge gap. Also, there's a slight tone problem with the skin tone. The body in itself is a little pinker than the faces. The faces are actually greener compared to the pinkish tint in the body. So that's a little weird for me. Also, the arm setup is not really my favorite. I really did like the Games Begin kind of setup where the blue sleeve and the orange sleeve were separate and both of them were able to move. The blue sleeve on this new figure is attached to the arm, so you can't get that issue where the blue sleeve disappears under the orange, but they added these new hinges on the blue sleeve that kind of make them stick out whenever you pose them, and it doesn't really look good. I try to look for where it's supposed to go. It just feels like they're there and don't have any purpose to them, which is kind of driving me crazy. I'm sure I will find out what they attach to, but the fact that the hinges kind of stick out whenever you pose it in a certain way, it's kind of irritating to me. But even with those issues, I still think this is the best Goku figure Tamashii Nations has ever made. This figure brings me joy. This figure brings me freedom. It brings me the ability to pose and to do whatever I want with this figure. I love this figure. I love it when figures make me feel like this. And this figure brought back the joy that I got when I first started buying these figures. I have very few notes. I didn't even need to like put it into Photoshop because there's nothing I would change about the faces. The faces are perfect. I don't know what else to say about this figure other than I love it. I love it, and I bought 3 and I don't regret buying 3, and I'm probably gonna buy 2 more because I can, because I want to, because I love it. And what I'm most excited about is that this feels like the new era of Tamashii Nations. This feels like a new era for Goku articulation. That means that they can go forward and improve from here, and that's exciting. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to watch another unboxing unboxing, you guys can check out the Kind-Hearted Saiyan, which is actually one of my other favorites. I love this Goku so much, and you guys can check it out right here. You can also check out another unboxing right here. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm sure I'll find out. It's right here. More Dragon Ball unboxings. And then when I start doing other figures that aren't Dragon Ball, which is very hard because Dragon Ball is like getting me in a chokehold at the moment, then I'll start sharing those too. But until then, I will see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye. This is hands down my favorite Goku figure of all time.